Mr. Okay, great. And we have Mr.
Good afternoon to everyone. My name is Glenroy, Toussaint, Local Government Commissioner.
What? Okay, wonderful. Very happy to hear that. So, you've just told us your position and so on. You are the commissioner,
That's correct.
correct? Local government commissioner. All right. So, tell us a little bit about yourself, Mr. Toussaint. I hope you're doing fine. I mean, you're doing well.
Yeah,
I
I'm doing well.
Feel the energy.
I'm doing fine. I'm a very just to say that I can be very jovial, but I can be very serious. I'm easygoing.
Strike a balance there.
Yes, I'm easygoing and cool, and I think most importantly, I'm down to earth.
You could like water on the fridge?
I'm down to earth. Yeah.
Down to
I
earth,
can
okay.
relate to people. I can mix with people. I can interact with people. I can switch. And I think that is very important. Being down to earth and understanding that you're not more than anybody.
Right.
We're all on the same level. We're all individuals. We're all made and created by God. We're all in God's likeness and image. And I think that is very important. So I like that sort of character that I have in terms of being, kind of...
I
cool.
get you.
Yeah.
I get you.
Kind of cool. Kind of
Cool,
looking, yeah.
cool man. Cool kind of vibe.
Just to add as well that I have been with the Division of Local Government for the last 36 years. So it's a long time.
That's a really long
I
time.
have been with the division, and I have moved up the ranks from a district officer, community development officer, to a district development officer, to assistant commissioner, and then to commissioner. So I have traversed
I see.
throughout the structure within that division and that of the ministry. And I think I am very versed to relate to the whole issue of local government development and management in Dominica, having been there for so very long.
That's great. Great stuff. I can feel your energy already. And I believe the listeners as well can feel your energy. So tell us about the idea of Local Government Month, please.
Okay, well, just to put into context that the system has been existing for that very long in Dominica. In fact, it was first established on May 16th, 1896. So clearly understand how long we have had local government in Dominica. And local government really is a system of local democratic governance, where local people are engaged in decision-making that will positively impact the lives of persons within a locality.
Okay.
For the case of a village council, a village district, for town, city, urban, we call it urban, and specific to the Kalinago people as well. And so, having been established for so very long, it was felt
Repeat the year again.
Excuse me?
Repeat the year it was established.
May 16th, 1896.
1896.
1896. That's very long.
1896. Yeah, because I got the May 16th,
yes,
but
indeed.
the year, yes.
It was established with the establishment of the Roseau Tongue Board. So it started really in the city of Roseau.
Okay.
On May 16th, 1896.
1896.
Yes. And from there on, we've been surviving. And I guess it was felt that, having been there so very long, and having really made a positive impact, empowering people at the local level to engage in activities, to provide the opportunity for collaboration among key stakeholders in communities. It was seen that it was the need for us to really celebrate and to highlight the achievement of local government and the contribution that local government has made to rural, basically community and national development.
Right.
Prior to the observance of a month, we used to have what we call 2 years. So we used to do observance for 2 weeks, and we end that with a big conference, where we seek to engage in looking in retrospect as to the system itself, where it has been, and where it is now, and moving forward. But come 1989, it was felt that there was need to give this system an entire month for celebrations. And so birth was given on May 1st, 1989, to Local Government Month. As I said, it's really a month to engage, to highlight the achievement, and of course to ensure that we clearly understand what local government is all about. Because local government is about people, it's about development, it's about grassroots development. And so we are into our 36th year of Local Government Month. This year marks the 36th anniversary of local government money.
And the theme this month would be?
Oh, the theme is an excellent theme. Very, very, very nice theme. We clearly recognize the importance of collaboration and partnership, and we believe that is critical in that regard. And so our theme is building strong partnerships for sustained community resilience. We all know of the articulation of making Dominica become the first climate resilient nation.
Right.
And of course, we have supporting document with the CRRP 2020-2030.
So building partnerships.
For sustained community resilience.
For sustained community resilience.
Excellent.
Okay,
that is what it is.
Okay,
yeah.
all right.
It's about building resilience at the community and the national level.
So you're forming partners in order to build a strong community resilience.
Excellent. And what is important about it is to sustain.
I get you.
Right? It's not just coming together, doing something now. We're hoping that what we do now, we can see it impacting in the next 60, 70, 80 years. That's what sustenance is. It's not just doing it and then you do it again. And then in the next 5 years, it no longer exists. No.
So it seems that we have a wonderful theme for the month. What activities are planned throughout?
Oh, we have a lot of activities. In fact, we believe in putting God first. So we officially opened the celebrations, of course, with a radio address by the minister and at the St. Alphonsus Catholic Church in Pottersville. We had a Thanksgiving Mass on the 1st of May. And that was officiated by Father Branca John. And he gave a very good homily, certainly looking at the issue of service and, more importantly, putting God first, but also doing the common good.
Okay.
Right? Common good. So we do that. And, of course, we have our, on May 6th, we have a talking point program where we'll be specifically looking at enhancing local governance and development. But we put in a specific focus on women in local government. So for that program, we'll be having the Kalinago chief, the mayor of Portsmouth, and the president of the National Clerks Association. They're all women.
Men are following me, I don't know.
Well, not necessarily, we needed to focus because the thing is, you have to understand, historically, it was heavily focused on men in terms of local governance development in Dominica.
I'm just putting your legs.
God. So that's cool. So we have that. We also have established a committee, a review committee that will look at a local government bill, a draft local government bill, with a view to moving forward the process of local government reform in Dominica. So that will be done on the 12th of May, 2025.
Okay.
We do have, as I said, it's not really, when we think of resilience, we're not only speaking of resilience, infrastructural resilience, but we're also speaking of the total resilience of the people in terms of health. So we'll be having a few hikes, and our first hike will begin on the 17th. We'll hike from Tetmon to Soufrière, and we're encouraging everyone to join us that Saturday, the 17th, for a major hike in Tetmon to Soufrière, as I said. And on the 18th, we have a major sports day on Tiza grounds in Mahu, where we will be not only engaging in sporting activities, but it's also opportunity for cohesive engagement, for cohesion, building cohesion.
Okay.
People interacting, councillors interacting, sharing ideas, and best practices and things of that nature. So
we have a handful. We have a handful for the
for the
month.
Yes. And there are a number of other activities. We believe in giving people their flowers while they are alive. So we have an award ceremony on the 23rd where we're going to recognize immediate past retired village council clerks and also councillors who have given long service to the communities.
And as you've mentioned about that, and I could see there's a few. We have quite a bit, but we must cover just a few, which is really great. Now, you mentioned about women putting God first. You mentioned about the seniors, the retirees, and the likes. Share with us, please, how over the years, how has the village councils and so on catered to the needs of young people?
Oh, that's a very interesting thing.
Yeah, you guys, welcome to you guys.
Yes, indeed. And clearly, I have always held the notion that for us to sustain this institution of local government, there must be youth involvement. Young people must be involved because they're the future. If we are to survive for the next 100 years, the nucleus of that survival is the young people.
Absolutely.
And so we recognize that. And over the years, we've seen a number of young people coming forward. In fact, as I speak, there are a number of young people who are currently chairmen of councils. Nice. I don't want to go and call the names lest I forget one of them. But there are a number of young people. I'm talking about as young as the their mid-20s, their early 30s.
Lovely.
And over the years, I will tell you, for example, we've had people coming forward to serve on the council, young people, that is.
Very good.
I can tell you, for example, if I go way back, the Kalinago Chief Irving August, he was in his teens when he became the chief of the Kalinago territory, right?
Yes.
And of course, by that, being the chairman of the Kalinago Council, the Carib Council at the time. And then we have, most recently, Mr. Sanford,
Okay.
who became the chief at the age of 22. That's 5 years ago.
Right.
So we have had that,
Yes,
and we have had
yes.
situation. We have had in many rural communities. We have Mr. John Jules, who currently serves as the chairman of the National Association. He became a councillor when he was 18 years on the Viekas Village Council. So over the years, we've seen a marked improvement of the young people coming forward as far as, giving service. But we also have to understand too that we have to create and continue to create the environment. You have to make it attractive for young people to participate. You have to provide the opportunity. As I said, the focus, if we are to survive the next 100 years of local government development, the focus has to be on our young people. But we have to create the enabling environment for them to actively be engaged in that process. And I have a few ideas, but I'm not sure as we go along I can share those things that I think that's necessary, that needs to be done for our young people to be engaged.
Right. And that's really, I'm really pleased, and I believe a lot of young people and our listeners will be very pleased to hear how dynamic and how young people are coming forward to serve on these councils. So that would tell us that the rate, so then basically the rate of involvement of young people in the programs and so on, they've been heavily involved, is what I'm getting from you. Across the
but
the
like
country.
anything else, there's always room for improvement.
Of course,
and you always have to strike a balance, because you do not
yes.
want a council to be totally only young people. You need to strike a little balance.
Yes, of
but
course.
importantly, we are seeing tremendous improvement in terms of the number of young people coming forward, and I believe we can even go a step further in providing that enabling environment for more young people to be engaged in that process.
Because it's good to have a balance that reflects the population, so that is fine. Basically what you're saying when it comes to the involvement of the young people. So tell us a little more about the role of the counseling community.
Well, the thing is, I want to dispel certain notion. Yeah,
Okay.
There's a notion that council is all about roads and drains and things of that nature.
Okay.
That has changed. I mean, we are now modernized. Things have changed. And so councils really by law, they are charged with the good governance of their respective village district or municipalities in that case. And so we're talking about a number of things. We're talking about holistic development. We're talking about, we're talking about infrastructure. We're talking about social. We're talking about economics. We're talking about health. We're talking about education. So it's a wide range of initiatives and programs that councils are engaged in. But the thing about it is that we have to clearly understand that there is important the need for collaboration. I've always tell the councils, you can't do it alone. And that's why the opportunity is afforded for you to engage other people, professionals. You look at persons with requisite skills, knowledge, the young people. You have to engage people in that process.
Got to.
And I think engagement is critical in that regard. So no longer are councils only concerned about, I'm not saying they're no longer concerned about the roads and the sidewalks and things of that nature. But importantly, we have to look at the holistic development of the village district, the community or the village or the municipality that they are entrusted to ensure that they govern and they govern well. And so I want us to clearly understand that. And so when people say local government is actually the government of the community. And so if you don't engage the community resident in that process, you're not going to be effective. So there has to be engagement in that regard. And we have to allow people to understand that the council is really there, it's a body there to work for you, with you, for the common good of the community.
Because people think, because when people talk about governance, they think, it's national elections and so on. Not really think of, it is in Dominica, our population and everything, and how it is, and the national issues affects, and it overshadows the whole idea of a local council. So when people think about local council, they're thinking about drainage and the things that we're talking about. So it's good that they are informed as to the broader function of the local councils. And it's good that a number of young people are getting involved, getting on board with the local councils, as you mentioned earlier, that the youth are the future.
Oh yes, indeed, and we clearly recognize that. And I think, you see, that's the other thing, I'm not one of those. There are a lot of people who say certain things about young people, but we also have to understand we who are the adults,
yes,
who are the older folks, who are the senior citizens. We also have to be the role models for the young people.
Oh, absolutely. No doubt about that.
I said that to councils as well. If you are a council and the message that the young people getting is chaos, you're chaotic.
Right.
That's not going to encourage them to come in.
True.
But if they see a level of teamwork, a level of community spirit, a level of community engagement, a level of community participation, then that will in some way, shape or form propel them to sort of be engaged and be willing to be part and parcel of that process.
Strongly agree.
So that is the kind of thing that we're talking about when we're talking about youth engagement and having the young people understand. The thing is, we have to provide the information, right?
Indeed.
And sometimes it's out of ignorance, people say a lot of things. And you can't blame them sometimes. In the absence of information, people say a lot of things.
Of
so
course.
what we need to do is provide them with the information. Give them the facts if you can, or you should all the time. Give them the facts and allow them to make an informed decision on the facts that you've given.
Nice.
And that is basically what it is.
Very well. 25 minutes before the hour, of 2 o'clock, and we want to hear from you. We want to really appreciate Mr. Toussaint for sharing with us with regards to the local government, the themes and the functions, and informing us more about local government. Any final words you'd like to leave with the public?
Just want to tell people that the institution of local government is a good thing. If it's well executed with the involvement of everyone, it is a very good institution. It really provides the opportunity for engagement at the community level. It also is an opportunity for communities to thrive if it's done well, if there is a collaborative approach in that regard. And of course, participation is key. So really, as we observe Local Government Month and we centralize our theme on resilience, we also want to bear in mind to the people that just a few weeks from now is the opening of the 2025 Atlantic hurricane season. And so we want to encourage people to begin their preparations for the season. And with preparedness, as I said, preparedness is the key. We cannot prevent those things from happening, cyclones, but what we can do is do what we can within our own domain to ensure that we mitigate the impact, we lessen the impact of those cyclones or storms that may impact us.
Okay. So, very well, and thank you for that, Mr. Toussaint. And before we get into our next guest, don't hang up the radio, don't put up your radio. If you're listening, we have more in store for you. We have our guest. We just want to play a little music there by Michelle Henderson, All Over the World. We'll listen to a little music there, and then we want to get right back in. So thank you very much, Mr. Toussaint, once again. And so thank you. And we're going to get into our little music and then our next guest on the scene. So we're going to take it away. All Over the World by Michelle. Okay.
Destiny is calling. A brand new day could be dawning all over the world. All over the world. Our future could be brighter as we let love and peace unite us all over the world. All over the world. Life we've learned in this world as it
Okay, just a little break to get your, just to get your ears ringing a little bit. And we want to jump into our next guest as promised. He will introduce himself and we're going to take it away, have a little fun this afternoon. Pretty, short. And then we have another guest on a different, we want to have a nice little conversation. So we are going to take this away. And a very, very pleasant afternoon, sir, to you.
Pleasant good afternoon to you. Good afternoon to your listeners, both here and abroad.
I specifically said sir because I wanted to present you the liberty of introducing yourself. I did not want to spoil the mystery behind who's in the studio this afternoon. So tell us who you are.
Yes, my name is Neon Charles. I am an entrepreneur. I am also a farmer, an agro-processor, a fisherman, and a public officer.
You have quite a bit of titles there, Mr. Charles.
Yes, I do.
And how are you doing this afternoon?
I'm great.
I could tell that. I could tell behind the dainty smile, the energy there this afternoon, that you're happy to be on New Vibes to share with us the agro-processing and the whole farming experience.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
So according to the layman terms, you agree?
Yeah, man.
Okay. So, Mr. Charles, could you kindly share with us your business experience and how did you start?
Okay. I started with farming. With my grandfather, Ashton Mingo, deceased.
Okay.
He taught me a lot about farming, and we basically grew. I grew up with doing farming and I get to understand what farming is and the way it can secure food for future purposes. Also, I got to understand the business aspect of agriculture.
Nice.
And I think that is where a lot of young people fail, or I would say is not focused on. They see agriculture as a poor man thing, or they see farming as for someone who is not educated. And I think that we should change the mindset of the youth.
Very true.
Yeah, the mindset of the youth to focus more on agriculture. There's also different types of agriculture. You could go into hydroponics. Also, there is what they call agribusiness.
What is hydroponics, if anyone is listening?
Hydroponics is growing plants in basically water.
I had a feeling because when you hear hydro in water,
yes.
we just want to make sure that if one does not understand or know what it is, hence I asked the question.
Yes, so there's no longer the need of getting your hands dirty. You could also, as I said, plant in hydroponic system. There's also called vertical farming, where you plant on basically walls and so forth.
Right.
There is also the agri-consultation business, where you can be an agricultural consultant. There's also agro-processing. We're taking raw materials and turning it to a product.
Right. And where you learned, you talked about being with your grandfather, being taught by your grandfather. Where is that?
My grandfather resided, we grew up in the village of Bagatelle.
Oh, nice. Okay, that's really great. So you started like this with your grandfather. You defined the different types of agricultural practices, hydroponics and so on the walls and so on. So they're new and modern techniques. And any previous training conducted?
Recently, I was sent to Venezuela. There was an expo in Caracas, Venezuela, from the 23rd to the 25th, where we got the opportunity to expose our businesses, also showcase Dominica. So it's not only what we produce, but also what Dominica has to offer. So we had members from the Invest Dominica, Mr. Cheyenne Monel. Also, we had members from the Small Business Unit, Dr. Danny Joseph, on a few other entrepreneurs, Tevin of King's Sponge. There are also Terry of Be Natural, and Josiah for Josiah Boldface Vodka. So we got the opportunity to network and also to expose Dominican products. And I'm not only an agro-processor, I also do different types of businesses. I also own an automotive body shop, which is called Serenity Autos. I also do Blue Coral Seafood. That's another business of mine, where we export our fish to the neighboring islands like Guadeloupe, Martinique. Also, we also have
Fish, huh? You export. What is it you export?
fish.
You export
Lobsters,
fish.
yes.
Okay,
Lobster,
that's what I'm trying to figure.
lobster,
Mhm.
different tuna,
Raw tuna.
yes.
Oh,
on
did
ice,
just
on
okay?
ice, yes,
I see. Interesting.
yes.
Continue.
And we also, well, NC's Country Farm is the other business as well, which NC's Country Farm is the owner of Nature's Best, where we
Mhm.
produce nature castor oil, coconut oils, basically essential oils. We also do fruit pulp, the processing of passion fruit pulps. We also do CMOS, packaging of CMOS. So we do quite a few things.
So it's like, okay, so you're a public servant, and then you have these businesses, and you basically employ people and all of these things.
Yes, I
with
have a few
government.
employees. I have about 4 employees.
That is
Yeah.
amazing. That is amazing. I mean, it really, makes it excites my soul to hear that, because you will hear people say, "Boy, Dominica not exporting nothing, and
Yeah.
nothing's happening, and they have hope for business in Dominica. There are no opportunities, and so on and so forth here in Dominica." But here it is that you're sharing that as a civil, as a public servant and so on, these are the businesses that that you manage, and
Yes.
then you have created jobs in the country, and this is very heartwarming to hear about those things. So tell us a little more about the expo in Venezuela and how you were selected and so on, because you spoke about it briefly, but let's get into
Yes.
it.
So the selection process, I was contacted by the permanent secretary in the Ministry
Mhm.
of Small Business, P.S. Gloria Joseph, and
Okay.
she indicated to me that there was an opportunity to showcase small businesses from Dominica, and I was nominated. So, yeah.
Okay, nice. PS Gloria, good job there, selecting this young man. All right, so okay, so with all of that out there and so on, the different views as it relates to entrepreneurship here in Dominica, how would you empower aspiring entrepreneurs out there to become more marketable?
So one of the things that you should have is discipline.
Mm-hmm.
You need to be disciplined. You need to be focused. You also
That is
need to be
true.
determined. Determination, along with being focused and being disciplined, you have to have a driving force basically. So if all this combined, this will propel you to being the best that you can. So
Mhm.
just being motivated, keep on trying. There's a lot of different opportunities. You can create also opportunities. Business is
Yeah.
basically solving issues.
Absolutely.
That's how I see it. As long as there is an issue and you're willing to solve that problem, then you'll get paid to solve that problem, and then it turns to a business.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, just you can create opportunities for yourself.
All right. Okay. So, young people, I hope you're hearing, and those of you who are listening and probably have a young person at your home, then encourage them to listen and share these wonderful experiences. And there's hope here in Dominica. Any final impressions? Any shout out to your sponsors, etc.? Mr. Charles.
Yes, I would just like to encourage the youths in Dominica to. I'm passionate about agriculture, and there is an organization in Dominica called NAYA.
Mm-hmm.
This is National Association of Youth in Agriculture.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also the vice president of that organization. So we basically help to push young people, to encourage young people to get into agriculture, see the benefits of agriculture, see the business aspect of agriculture,
Mm-hmm.
and also the agro processing and so forth. So just to encourage young persons in Dominica, get active, try to do something, get involved in a small business.
That is
Just try
it.
to do something. Yeah.
That is it. We can do it once we put our heads together and so on. We can do it. We can.
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
All right. So thank you very much, Mr. Charles, Mr. Neon Charles, and so on. And as we mentioned, we have another guest earlier on, so we're going to have a little music break, and then we're going to get right into it and have some more fun here on You Vibes. And you can call. Let me open up the lines a bit to call if you want to make a quick call quickly. The numbers to call, it's 1-800-327 or 448-3279. So these are the numbers that you can call. So let's enjoy a little music, and we're going to listen from Frampton Etienne Pays nous Kadi nous. So let's take it away.
Batlanje la pensée pilante Dominique ou passe mais un main Promis ça ou fait mystère You vini ouest you colonisé We just a pays when you volé El pays à moins you exploité Merci pour qui c'est pas John. Pays nous, cadeau nous, Dominica nous aimons. Pays nous, cadeau nous, Dominica nous apprécions. Pays nous, cadeau nous, Dominica nous aimons. Pays nous, cadeau nous, Dominica nous apprécions. We celebrate our independence in the land of the heart of the Caribbean. Our joy, our pride. Après pour décider la terre, and we know that. Come let we celebrate our heritage, which is our freedom and our culture. Belle masu quals and quadrille. Dances that free of our parents' mind. They know, God don't know, Dominica.
We hopefully have our guest. Let's make an effort for it. Good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Oh, hello, good afternoon. We have you on. All right. So I'm going to create a little mystery. I am not going to say who our guest is, but a heartfelt welcome to you, Vibes, this afternoon. How are you doing today?
I am doing fine, thank you very much.
Wonderful, wonderful. Oh, we could hear that in the background, boy. Nice little, falls in the country, in the area, rural areas. Wonderful. So you're doing well, right?
Yes, I am.
All right. And we are supposed to be speaking with Miss Thomas this afternoon.
Yes, she's here with me right
Oh, she's
right
here
now
with
at
me.
the moment.
All right. So very pleasant afternoon, young lady.
Good afternoon.
All right. How are you doing this afternoon?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
Okay. I only sold out half the secret. I wanted to be a little mystery as to who it is. I said your last name. So could you tell them the other side of the mystery and tell us what is your first name, please?
Good afternoon. My first name is Ariele.
Ariele, wow. So can I call you Ari for short if I would like? Now and then in the program?
Yes, you can.
Okay, Ariele. And how are you doing this afternoon?
I'm fine, thank you.
Oh my, I could hear that in your voice that you're doing pretty fine this afternoon. It's a real pleasure to meet you. My name is, to speak with you this afternoon. My name is Mr. Darrouxn from the Youth Development Division. Okay, Ariele, could you kindly tell us a little about yourself and tell us about your experience being part of the 4-H at your school, please?
My name is Ariele Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
My name is Ariele Thomas, and I am 8 years old,
Mm-hmm.
and I have a sister.
Oh, nice. Is she younger than you or older than you?
She's younger than me.
Oh, you have a younger sister. Okay, that's very sweet, Ariele. Okay, and you're from?
I am from RDPS,
Okay.
Roosevelt Primary School.
I understand. Okay, okay, Ariel. All right, and tell us about your experience being part of the club, the 4-H club at your school. Tell us about that. How has that been for you?
It's really fun.
I believe that the listeners are very happy to hear that it has been a lot of fun. What makes it a lot of fun? What about it? Name about one or two things that has made being part of the club fun.
That we get to play games and we get to go in the garden a lot.
Oh, very good. You like the garden?
Yes.
Nice, nice. Okay, very well. So, Ariel, do you hold any executive position in your club?
Not currently.
No. Okay. So then you're saying that you're not a president or a secretary, none of that, none of these positions.
No.
Okay. All right. So, all right, Ariel, nice. So then, Ariel, since that you mentioned that earlier on, that the club, you've had fun, you enjoy going to the gardens and the games. What are some of the activities that you have taken part in as a 4-H member or clubite?
The beach cleanup.
Beach cleanup. My, that must have been exciting. Was it? The beach cleanup?
But
How was
it
it?
was very exciting and fun.
All right. I'm glad that it was quite an experience that will leave a long-lasting memory for you as a young lady. Very well. So, Ariel, could you share with us about the public speaking competition? How was the preparation for you?
The preparation was exhausting.
It was?
Yes. It was exhausting.
Exhausting, okay. So, all right. Sometimes these competitions, they can do that, right? Ariel, that's normal and that's healthy. Whenever one puts, work into these activities, it allows a person to value hard work. It allows persons to be focused and it can really gain some good experience for you. Okay, Ariel? So I know it can be exhausting, but sometimes those things can be really good. But I'm glad that you shared with us how it was. So share with us, to tell us, Ariel, who are some of the people who helped you or who worked with you as it relates to the competition and who helped you with the competition?
Miss Sims, Miss Moses,
Okay, Miss
the
Sims.
parents, and my auntie.
Yeah, Auntie, Miss Moses and Miss Sims. And I did not get the other person. Mentioned someone about 4 of them. But
My parents.
oh, your parents. What? That's very good. So I see that so then what you're telling us that you had a lot of support, and that is very commendable. So Miss Sims and Miss Moses and the parents of Ariel and so on, I want to say kudos to you all for really working with her and preparing for that competition. So share with us, Ariel, what are some of the benefits? I mean, you mentioned about games and fun and all of that, but what are the benefits that one can gain in being a member of a 4-H club?
Behavior.
Your behavior, so it helps you. So you think that, so you're saying that it helps one to better their behavior. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, sir.
Nice. Okay, very well. Okay. Any other benefit? One more?
And responsibility.
Responsibility. I love that. Lovely. So again, to the listeners, encourage your children and so on to join the 4-H. And as well as for the adults, we are talking about the adult 4-H. So when we come into the community, feel free to join. Of course, there's a lot of benefit. Nice, Ariel. So I'm glad that it taught you responsibility and molding that behavior, becoming a better person. So, Ariel, what about the challenges? Are there any frustrations or challenges that you've had? And if so, could you share with us some of these challenges?
Not really.
My, so it's like you're just having fun at 4-H, isn't it?
Yes.
All right. So Ariel, would you, okay, so seeing that you are really enjoying 4-H, would you encourage young people to join, to be part of 4-H, and why would you encourage them to do so?
Absolutely.
Oh boy. So absolutely here. So ladies and gentlemen, listeners, here's a resounding yes, you should join the 4-H, There is no doubt in her mind. She's telling you absolutely that one should be part of the 4-H. Ariel, who would you like to say thank you to for the assistance you have gotten in 4-H? Anybody you want to shout out?
Miss Sims,
Mm-hmm.
my parents,
Mm-hmm.
my auntie, and Miss Moses.
Miss Moses. Okay, so I got the picture, the Fantastic Four, the Fantastic Five that she's giving shout out, the ones that she called earlier on as it relates to the preparation of the speech. So I want to really commend you all. Commend Miss Sims, great job. See the support right there, very good, keep it up. And the parents of the parents of Miss Thomas and Miss Moses and so on. So just keep it up. Any final words, Ariel, that you would like to share with the listening public? Any final words? Yeah, final words. Anything you want to share with the listening public? Any encouragement? Anything that you would like to say to the young people? Is there anything that you'd like to say?
Continue being good. Don't withdraw.
And okay, very well, Ariel. So I want to really, really thank you very much for coming on. Miss Sims, you there with us?
Yes, I am.
All right. So really want to commend you all for really working with this young lady, working with Ariel, that she should be the best that she can be, and continue to support her, continue working with her, that she becomes a very resounding and sound citizen of the global citizen, actually responsible global citizen. So
yes, we will. Trust me, we have been looking at her and we noticed that she has a lot of abilities when it comes to public speaking. At the moment, she's a little nervous, I noticed. But
of course,
I think that with a lot of support and a lot more practice, she'll be able to reach the top in the next competition.
The nervousness is okay and it is healthy, and I believe that she has done very well this afternoon in communicating her ideas, and so those things are pretty healthy, and I really hope, Miss Thomas, Ariel, that our discussion this afternoon have helped you to be more comfortable. Okay, but the nervousness is natural and healthy and normal. Okay, so just keep practicing. Just keep practicing, and the more you practice, you'll be better at it. Okay, Miss young lady, Ariel?
Okay.
All right. Okay. Have a very wonderful weekend. Miss Sims, you as well. Have a wonderful weekend, and thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you, and same to you.
Okay, then. Bye-bye. Okay, so we have 10 minutes before the hour of 3 o'clock, and we want to just take a little we've had this I just want to go right into it. 10, I was going to take a little music break. We have had that, and yeah, let's discuss the district highlights there. I want to share with you some district highlights. Now, the youth officer, Mr. Wallace Williams, held a meet and greet forum for the district youth leaders on the 29th of March 2025 at the Portsmouth Library. So there was an activity on the 29th of March. The second highlight, listeners, our dear listeners, is that the Beacon of Life and Hope, the Hope Christian Fellowship, held a movie night on the 18th of March, of course, this year 2025. Thirdly, and last district highlight before we go into the announcements, the officer recently facilitated a financial literacy training hosted by the Youth Development Division, and the officer delivered various self-development sessions for the holistic development of the trainees to include communication skills, conflict management, and time management. All right, my dear listeners, so these were the district highlights. So one, just to summarize, a meeting was held. Okay, so we had a meet and greet forum. Secondly, there was a movie night that was done by the Beacon of Light and Hope Christian Fellowship. And thirdly, there was a financial literacy training by the Youth Development Division. And of course, there were different issues and holistic development sessions that were covered. So these are the district highlights. Now, for the announcements, we have there's a Labor Day, so the Castle Bruce and the Castle Bruce family and friends reunion, that is 2025. They're having a Labor Day, that is the barbecue. There's a barbecue, beach cleanup, and bonfire that should take place on the 5th of May, so that is Monday. So that is the Monday coming, the holiday, from 10 a.m. And so it support your reunion committee in raising funds for the Castle Bruce family and friends reunion 2025. So you're gonna have barbecue, bakes, and hot dogs, and potato salad, and lots of drinks. Oh yes, so come and show up. That it will be at the Castle Bruce Beach. So for more information, the number to call is 295-0876. Number to call for more information, 295-0876. So that is a Labor Day barbecue, beach cleanup, and bonfire. In summary, it takes place on Monday, the 5th of May, 2025 from 10 a.m. So morning vibes, you have serious happenings, barbecue, bakes, and hot dogs, and the likes. And this was done in collaboration with the Castle Bruce Scouts troop. So here's an activity there for you on the announcements. I want to let me see, I see it's 5 minutes before the hour of 3 o'clock. There is a little for if someone wants to call very quickly and make a quick contribution, one can do that. But I want to really thank our guest for coming in. Really appreciate the discussions here. I want to thank Miss Sims and Ariele again. Very beautifully, very lovely conversation. Love that. Mr. Charles and Mr. Toussaint. It was a really, I feel like I want to talk to you all. It's like I want to talk to you all after because I have more story, It was really, really informative. It's the agro processing, and it was really exciting. I was touched by the amount, what you're actually doing, employing people and exporting out of the country. And Mr. Toussaint, I was really pleased as well, learning a little more of the councils and how many young people are coming on board. I heard you talk about our women and everything, and yes, no problem. I do advocate on men's issues as well, so I thought I threw a little joke right there. But it was really good, and we love to hear those things. Things are happening in Dominica, and people just need to open their eyes that things are happening. And for the youth who are going through challenges, don't give up. There's hope. We just have to take a little walk. If you stay in your bed and grieve for the day, you're not going to get anything. You got to go out there and you're going to look. You got to ask questions. You're going to move around. There are institutions there that can provide some guidance. And once you continue to push and ask questions, then you're going to get through one way or the other. All right. So, the guests, once again, thank you for coming on to Youth Vibes. Let's go put a little more, music there to really enjoy. And I'm gonna listen to Old School by Naye a little bit. and hope that have a good afternoon. Yes, so let's take it away.
Yes, man.
Oh, that's not the. That's not it. All right. Sorry about that.
Reino, Cadono, Dominica, no Emel. Reino, Cadono, Dominica, no Aprecio. Reino, Cadono, Dominica, no Emel. Reino, Cadono, Dominica, no Aprecio. Come on, yo batlaje. La pensée pilangite. Dominique ou passe mais un main. Comme ça ou fait misère. Yo vini ouest yo colonisé. Je sais moi yo volé. El pays à moi yo exploité. Wa merci pour mi c'est pas John. Reino, Cadono, Dominica, no Emel. Reino, Cadono, Dominica, no Aprecio. Reino, Cadono, Dominica, no Emel. Reino, Cadono, Dominica, no Aprecio. We celebrate our independence in the land of the heart of the Caribbean. Dominica, our joy, our pride. Après pour des la terre, and we know that. Come let we celebrate our heritage.
Mouthpiece. In these days it feels like midnight, cause the wicked hand's not caught. But this day I pray in our hearts love will reign again.
Bienvenue.
He gave us life, He gave us strength and so many other things. But most precious to me, He gave us all special talents. And for that we want to give Him thanks and praise, because with Him, no matter what you do, He's always there to guide and protect you, as He promised. So I want to use my special talent to thank Him. Lord, I thank You for today. Father, I pray that You will bless this microphone, bless every word that I'll speak to Your people. It is not by might nor by power, but it's by Your Spirit.
Yes, I. Sakai Malan, Prince Wadix, Prince Wadix, Prince Wadix. Pas pour m'arrêter, pas mon frère, là, yo mange à quitter la vie. Apprécier ça, yo ka fait quand yo a parmi nous aujourd'hui. Là, c'est mauvais, valet, bien non, nous ka crucifier mon vie. Faut nous connaître, pour meilleur, c'est pour nous tout ça bénéfice. For all the wonders you done for us all, spreading the culture all over the world. For all the good things that you done for God, that's what it is. We thanking you. We thanking you, brother. Ajalo moun bisou pasav ki chale yo pwen wifi esi. Faut nous connaître voye yo akoumas makadas music. Gordon Henderson, Fritz Roy Williams yo. Vivian Wallace, Exile, One Groovers, Chef Joe. Yo passe nous les voyages musique nous. Mais attends jodi, jeunesse te ki la J. Si pa te Wadix ki ka pousse. For all the wonders you done for us all, spreading the culture all over the world. For all the good things that you done for God, that's what it is.